So I get a lot of requests about making an update on KULR. The technical analysis, is it still looking good? What do you think about it? So I'm going to go over my indicators. These are the indicators you can use. I know there's lots of indicators out there, so it can be very confusing. Like, what should I use? This is what I use. It fits my personality, and in my opinion, it's the most easiest way to follow the trend idea. So the first thing first is your Keltner channel. That's your top red band here, and that will tell us, hey, are we really overextended? Should we be really buying that here? And it keeps me accountable to say, I'm never going to buy KULR if it hits this upper band, okay? And a lot of people get caught up into these emotions and be like, wow, it's going up 61%, it's up another 20%, I'm going to miss out. And so they buy it just for price to dip on them. And why is price going to dip and correct is because price has to go back to these EMAs. And a lot of people are like, like KULR, they're kind of doubting it. But this is the process with any stock. They price goes up, it corrects down to your EMAs, which is considered like your Fibonacci retracements. And I'm going to tell you guys the levels I like to use. So my favorite EMAs to use that I put on the chart is the 5, the 10, the 20, and the 50. Those are my very most favorites. They can give me nice entries. But where do I look to buy? I buy it the skipping the EMA strat. So if I skip the 5, for example, here we hit this upper channel and we skip the 5 and go to the 10, I look to buy it on this 10. And how much margin would you have gained? You would have gained 40% gains in literally a day. That's not to say I'm going to catch the bottom and catch the top and make absolute 40%. I'm always looking to make 10% gains in all my trades. If you're up 10%, it's a common knowledge to say, hey, take the gains. You're up, you pick up $100 from the ground on the sidewalk. You're not going to be like, well, I want to wait for more. And, that's kind of with trading here. Take the gains when they present. And then the next entry was the 50. You could have got KULR at 32 cents. I know that sounds crazy. No one would expect KULR to pump thousands of percent. As you can see, that this is the chart that it's done. I mean, look at this massive move up. I'm going to go over the current. I'm just going to show you guys, if you ever see this, you believe in the company, these are the areas to buy. Take the gains and put the rest of your shares at break even. So if I bought it at this EMA 50, I take my 10%, hold some of my shares at break even. So I only do this strategy though, and this is why the Keltner channels are important, is if we hit this upper band. If the algos aren't telling me this is extremely bullish, someone knows something, then I don't want to get into it. So we see this big upper band touch, we know it's bullish. We see this EMA 50 at the bottom. I repeat, the EMA 50 has to be at the bottom. This strategy does not work if the EMA 50 is not at the bottom. And so you can see how you could have got KULR at 32 cents with this strategy. No cap, it's all there in the strategy. And I do this a lot of the times, and I can show you guys the current average I'm in, and obviously I took massive gains. But as you can see, we get this upper band touch again. We come what? To this EMA 10. You only play the EMA 10 and 50 one time, okay? So if I see this right here, for example, touch the 10 and goes up and goes back to the 10, I don't play it. The only time you play the 10 and the 50 again is if we retouch this upper Keltner channel. So then I'm like, okay, back to bullish, and you can see this massive up Keltner channel being touched. Come back to the 10, and guess what you make again? You make an outrageous 40% gain again. Awesome gains, and it goes even higher, right? Higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. And then we touch this upper Keltner channel, and are we confused that we pumped on the 10? This time it was only 20%. We only want 10%. That's totally fine. Put it at break even, you would have got stop lossed out, and you want to get stop lossed out because look what happened here. We went to the 50. Till this day, I'm in KULR. I push this in the Discord. If you're in the Discord, you're going to get real-time alerts of a technical analysis skill that works. The tricky part is finding these stocks, being patient, and not being like, oh, it's close enough, I'm going to buy it, right? So I put the chart up on KULR. We skipped this EMA 20, which is right in here, and we went down to the 50. So I alerted in the Discord that's saying, hey, I'm going to buy KULR at 1.89. Did I catch the absolute bottom? No. It went to 1.83, but that's not the point. The point is that, we're taking a sizable risk here. And what is my stop loss? My stop loss is always going to be 15%. So yeah, if KULR went down 15%, and it was a body of a daily candle close, not a wick. So if this candle right here closed at the end of the day under 15%, I would take it out for 15% loss because I'm like, you know what? I don't have to win every trade. It's totally fine. I can play another one. And if I was wrong on it, I accept it. Not everything's going to work in trading. But in this case, KULR did. And a lot of the times it is going to work. I could show you countless times in the Discord this strategy worked. We pumped over 42%. in one day. You better believe it, I took that 10% gain. But you also better believe it, since this is a strong EMA. I love this company. I think this is a really nice company. I think this is the future. And I think this is going to keep on going up. I love how they're investing in crypto. They have lots of crypto. They purchase lots and lots of it. And yes, the reason what caused this down move is because they diluted to do that. They used a lot of the retail shareholders, and they issued more shares to do that. And, that's totally fine. We went from, 30 cents all the way to $5. We can expect a sizable dip to happen. There's no problem in this dip. But I love this consolidation pattern. I have it at 189. I sold out 90% of my shares, and I'm holding 10% for the home run hit. I'm looking for price to come back up into these highs, maybe at the $4 mark. But as of right now, from 1.89, you can see that I'm up right up here to the current price. I'm up 31% on my last amount of shares, and I'm going to keep holding them out. For a solid company, you don't even have to. You can scale out less. You can say, I want to scale out 60% of my shares and hold the last 40%. But do keep in mind, like, it can come back to your average, like right in here. Look how close it got. It come back to the 50. Are we surprised, though, that this is acting as big support on the EMA 50? No. Price comes back, and it bounces up immediately. So this tells me KULR is very bullish. The EMA 50 is acting as strong support. And then you can also look at the weekly channel here. Look at this weekly EMA 20. All the weekly candles bands, you won't see this a lot. This is extremely bullish when you see a weekly EMA 50 at the very bottom. Do I see it hitting this weekly EMA 50? No. Not in a very long time. I can see it taking a while, and this weekly EMA 50, as you can see, is going to keep going up and up. Also, you can see this weekly EMA 20 has strong support. So since I've been winning a lot on this trade, right? Let's just say I do get stopped out. I am looking at these next levels on a weekly time frame saying, hey, we can easily see that this was acting as strong support, right? We hit this area and we bounced up on it. And that's kind of where the weekly EMA 20 is going to keep going. As the next week comes in, you can see that we went up 153 to 162. So it's going up about 10 cents every week. So it could easily go up into this range. I would definitely take it on this weekly EMA 20. Easily on the weekly EMA 20. I would buy some more and I'll get my another big pump on it, right? So in my case, though, let's say if you do have a bad average, obviously you probably didn't respect your stop loss if you got up in the $3, the $4, the $5 range. I always do 15% stop loss. Okay, it's just one thing to say, hey, if I'm wrong, it's okay to be wrong. You don't have to be perfect in trading, and a lot of people want to be perfect, and it's just not that way. It's a probabilities of random acts of motions that happen in the trading world. Who's to say it's going to bounce on the 50? Who's to say it's going to bounce on the 10? In my strategy, I've seen it work a lot. You've seen it right here on stronger companies. We hit the 10 bounce, hit the 50 bounce, come back to the upper capital channel, hit the 10 bounce. And then this was the monster move. Obviously, you're coming into the late trend idea of KULR. If you got into my idea way back, you could have got this at 30 cents. But that's where the smart money got in. Now, a lot of people see this thing going up 1,000%. Now, retail traders want to get in, right? They're like, oh, crap, this thing went from 30 cents to $5. Now it can go to $10. So I want to get in now. And so they buy it up in here. But remember, I will never buy this because of this upper Keltner channel touch. I don't buy this when it's up here. And when it's fully above here, you're playing with fire. Sure, you might go a little higher. It might go from 480 to 550. Or it could just freaking dump on you. Are you willing to take that risk to make a little bit of gain here? 14% to lose over 100%? Are you willing to take that risk? My answer is no. I'm going to wait for the breakout retest patterns. I've seen it break out, which is the Keltner channel, and then I see it retest the 10. Those are your entries, the EMA 10 and the 50, because you're always skipping an EMA. You skip the 5 to trade the 10. And when algos do that, they usually bounce on the more important EMA. Skip the 20 to play it on the 50. And so if this does come, if it does stop me out, no big deal. My next entry, I'm going to buy it on is the EMA 20, which is currently at 160s, but keep in mind it's going to go up next week. It's going to be at like 170s. So I feel really good about this. I've made massive money on it. It's just a matter of how much more do I make? How much more percentage do I gain? I know this is very boring, but like I said, if you made gains, you don't care what this does. You already made your money on it. You took the money from the casino. You're good to go. You're playing with house money. I took my 10%, and you can see we went up way more than 10%. We went up 50% from my entries, okay? So monster returns, you can even say, you could up your size and be like, hey, I'm only going to take 20%. But keep in mind, the higher percentage you go, the riskier you can get. Like this EMA 10 only gave us 17%, so you might not have got your 20%. So good rule of thumb is 10%. You can't go wrong with that. It happens fast. And just work on like, okay, do I want to sell 70% as 10%? You know, it just depends on your risk tolerance, you know. But KULR is very bullish. Anyone that's telling you is wrong. There's nothing that's telling me that it's not bullish. It has made a massive uptrend. They're in the right sector. They're investing in crypto. I love that. I think this has plenty of good news. So let's see what it does. I mean, they did Bitcoin holdings, you know, they expanded by another 8 million, right? I'm liking it. So I think it's a really good one. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna if it hits the weekly EMA 20, which is at the 1.70s. I'm already in it right now. If you're in the Discord, you would have gotten it right now, and you should still be holding shares because according to my rules, you need to hold some at break even. And a stronger company like KULR that has lots of volume, lots of interest, these are the companies that you don't want to miss out on because when they dip, you want to buy these dips. Okay, one of my most favorite companies. So KULR has nice volume. So let's see what it does from there. If you guys want to join the premium Discord, click the link down below in YouTube comments below and in the description. It'll say join the premium Discord for my alerts system. It'll take you to this free chat landing page. If you want to become a member, all you have to do is hit day trade alerts and it will opt you in to subscribe for my swing trade and day trade membership for $12 a month. Please read how to subscribe to do it, but all you have to do is just click this link, Day Trade Alerts, and it is better to do it on your computer because if you have an Android, some people are having issues, but once you subscribe on the computer, you can use your phone just as fine, and then you'll get alerted on your phone the swing trades and day trades that I go. My day trade, I'm doing a special promotion like $12 you're going to be grandfathered in. No more, no less. You'll be literally $12 a month. Learn a strategy that works, and it's going to teach you guys how to trade. My day trading education and day trade alerts is my favorite strategy, so that's why I recommend do the day and swing trading plus. If you don't like it, cancel anytime. And then you can also look at my swing trade alerts all here alerted with exact images, exact entries, exact exits. 10% is always my exit, and everything you need to learn. And then my swing trading education is all in here. Most important, how to set up your chart is this one, or not this one, the indicator video. I'll be making some more videos, but this strategy has gone a long way. A lot of people have been liking it. You can read the testimonies. I have only been pleased with the teachings from RTK. I really, after 1 hour teaching my vision, completely changed about my trading. I can guarantee that was better. It's been 3 days since I have 1-1, and I had a 3-3 winning since then. So, you know, read about everything. I'm not making this up here. I'm so glad I found you, and I have a really nice strategy that I think anybody can learn and do and make profit every day. The day trading is obviously my favorite because you can realistically get money every day. So click the day trade alerts if you want it. This is my analysis on KULR. This fits my swing trading category on how to follow the trend. And I have trend reversals too. If price comes to this lower, Keltner, remember, when price comes to this upper, this is a sell zone. But what if price comes to this lower? I have more techniques to do on the big extreme oversold patterns. KULR, keep holding this. This is looking good, guys. The question is, do we keep holding this uptrend here? You know, it's looking very good. We had this low here. It got held right in this area, and we're just bouncing up, making higher lows. So let's see what it does. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the Discord. Give this video a like, subscribe, comment, and I'll make you more videos on high-quality stocks, on stocks that I'm in, buying, and then the Discord will give you the real-time alerts. Peace out.